Well, 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 long time no see. Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to our farm. We here at Freewarden Farm have been out for some time. It has been, well, we've been taking a bit of a hiatus, I suppose you could call it. And it's been a needed one. It was a decision that we made so that we could prioritize certain things, so that we could take the time to not miss out on some very important events in our life. Some of you may be sort of aware of what's been going on, some of you may not so much. We'll talk about all of that later, but today I wanted to take the opportunity to share with you a very special event that's just about to happen here. We just got ourselves a bull, and it may have been the biggest mistake that we've made here on the farm. There's maybe a couple of things I didn't think about before getting this guy. Now, there's a reason for getting this bull, and I'll share more about that later on in the video. Well, I don't know if we made a big mistake or not, but it just dawned on me. This guy, he's big enough, he could walk right through that fence if he wanted to. He's tall. He's bigger than the steer that we had last year by the time we butchered him. He's altogether, you know, probably 1,200 plus pounds, it looks like, and definitely a few inches at least taller than those steer were at the shoulder. We have the fence on, however, he comes up to it about here on him. That's where the fence comes up. So he looks over that fence like he's thinking, can I get on the other side of this? I'm just wondering. And that's how I've seen in the past when I went to Greg Judy's ranch, to his farm, and we walked some of his 1,200 or more acres of land. That's how I saw the cows and the steers and the bulls. I don't think he had bulls out at that time, but that's how I saw them interacting with fence when they were brought into a new pasture. Is they went all around, tried to figure out where are the boundaries, where's my limit, and then they would stop wherever, you know, then they'd settle down. So that's what he did here first as soon as we let him off the trailer. Now, he was rip-roaring mad. He did not like being on that trailer, and that hour and a half or more trip here didn't do him any good. So we just let him off, let him run, and I prayed. I was praying to God that he would not try to cross that fence, and just because he's big enough, he could just walk right through. This is field fence with some electric, but I don't know that he's been trained to electric. So I'm a little concerned about what his first reaction is going to be out here. I'd like to stay and watch, but I've got other things to do today too. So it's one of those things, you got to make a decision. Am I going to now stay and watch, spend time doing something that I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and I didn't expect that I'd maybe want to sit here and watch, because if he gets loose, then I'm hunting down a bull. That's all there is to it. And I'm probably not going to be able to corral him back in onto our property. I mean, he's flighty enough that he takes off and he goes. So that's one thing I didn't anticipate with this job today. Was now I'm a little concerned about him. However, like I said, Don went out to meet him, and he loves Don, and Don seems to really appreciate having him out there. We've got a lot of stuff to catch you guys up on. We have some huge plans, not just for the farm, but also personally in our own lives. Yeah, we'll get into more of that later, but what we've got going on out here now is he's a backup to the AI, and then after he's done with his job, if he has a job to do. I don't know if he'll have a job to do or not. We're going to actually butcher him. He's going to be beef for us. That's the plan. That's just the reality of how things go on our farm. He's going to serve a purpose, which is breeding, potential breeding, and then he's going to serve a secondary purpose, or the primary purpose that we got him for was beef. We want to put some bull beef in our freezer, and so that's what we're going to do. He's going to live a great life out here in the pasture. We're going to get him some hay, we're going to get him some corn because he's a corn-fed bovine. There's no way around it. He's not been raised on grass, so he's been getting corn and silage and hay all his life, and I'm not going to, in the last month or so of his life, take that away from him. That'll only stress him out. Also, we found out that Dawn is not grass-fed genetic. So unfortunately, what that means for us is she's not going to be able to be a grass-fed dairy cow because she doesn't have those genes. It's just not an option. It would be cruel, and it would not be right for us to try to force her to be grass-fed. She probably doesn't have the proper probiotics, the proper enzymes to just 100% break down. Oh, I just saw him. He just tested the fence there. Good. He got a little zap. I was waiting for that to happen. I need him to know that that fence is not an option. He's not going through that. Just another quick word about him being a beef cow. And he is beef cattle. So that's the purpose for which we ultimately bought him. And I know that might upset people. I know that may, especially all the new subscribers that we have on our channel. I know some have left comments talking about how we are being cruel to the animals. First of all, we're not being mean to any of our animals. We try to give our animals the best life possible. And look, this isn't a feedlot. This isn't a barn where they're locked up for 99% of the year and they never get to see sunlight. This is an open pasture. They get to explore and play and run and prance, and they do. I've seen both of them have a little pep in their step, and they love being out here. And they get to go and forage in what's left of the pasture. There's not much left out there, but they get to go around and forage and find stuff to eat. Oh boy, he's coming up to see us here. He looks pretty happy. You can kind of see him there in the background, so I'll try to step off to the side here as we continue to talk. We do try to give our animals the very best life possible. I know that's not good enough for some people, and I'm okay with that. And if you want to continue watching our channel, you don't have to be okay with what we're doing, but try to understand our lifestyle and our perspective and our culture. This is, don't be culturally insensitive. Try to understand how we try to live off the land and with the land as we live on the land. Everybody lives on the land. So how are you living on that land? Are you living with the land? Are you living in symbiosis with the land, or are you taken from the land? He's a really handsome bull. You're a handsome boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And he wants some water. He's not too sure about those chickens, though. Well, he knows there's water there, and he didn't take to it, so he must not be too awfully thirsty. Oh, he's getting playful. I believe that was him being playful. That was not him being aggressive. Yep, he wants to play. He wants to investigate and play. How cute. Yeah, that's right. We do eat cute food, and that's okay. I'd rather eat cute food than ugly food. Yeah, I think he's gonna do just fine here. I was a little concerned at first, but I think he'll do just fine. Handsome animal. So we're gonna keep him in here with Dawn for probably the next, I don't know, 2 weeks. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to offend anybody, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, but roast beef, ground beef, hot dogs, beef hot dogs, hamburgers, right? all this stuff that we eat from the grocery store, it comes from somewhere, and I'll tell you what, that's where it comes from. Comes from one of these guys, but I'll tell you what, he's gonna have a better life than most humans do before they die. So I guess you can tell me that I'm being mean to animals, I'm being unkind to animals, but at the end of the day, like, if I could go out having just lived the life that he lived as a cow, if I were a cow, I'd love it. Our hope says if she isn't pregnant, he'll get her that way. Then we're gonna send a bull out, another little bull out there with him, and it's a bull calf, so they should be all right with each other, just running around. They'll keep each other company, and basically that'll give him time to not be around any female cows, give him time to get those hormones settled down so he doesn't have strong male sexual hormones going through his system, rampaging through his system because there's females around him. So he and a bull will be out there, and then basically he'll calm down, and we'll get him butchered up once the meat is more appealing. That's the plan anyway, so we'll see how that goes. I'm glad to be back. It's exciting to be putting out some more content and to be sharing our lives with you. We haven't slowed down at all. In fact, life just got so busy, and there's some other things that have been really important to us that we wanted to take time. We wanted to be present and be available for really important, big, life milestones kinds of things. And unfortunately, at the time, at the stage we are in life, that just had to take precedent, and we couldn't even, we didn't have the time or the bandwidth to do that, to be there, to be present, and to be on YouTube. So all that to say, we really appreciate you guys for sticking with us. We really appreciate all the new subscribers. We're over 2,000 now, so that's awesome. Thank you. I do thank you all for sticking with us. It's been a journey so far, and the journey is far from over. So thank you for coming along with us here at Free Warden Farm. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to many more years of serving you with content, whether that's just for entertainment or it's for education. Y'all take care. God bless. Be safe. Hug somebody. Everything is going to be okay. Peace.